Your clothing can make the right statement about you. Clothing, beauty, and modesty. These terms are often on the minds of women, Jewish women in particular, who want to dress the right way, yet they are confused. Are they attracting the wrong attention? Are they dressed too loudly? Are they dressed too unpleasantly? How are we supposed to dress? Yet we know that our clothing is meant to represent us. It's meant to make a statement about who we are. But yet we are supposed to reflect a humble essence, a pure essence, a beauty within. How do we do that if we have clothing? Aren't we supposed to use what Hashem gave us, Hashem our God, in order to make the world a beautiful place? Because we are meant to take whatever Hashem gave us in this world and use it for the right reasons, with purpose, and enjoy the world. Well, we have beautiful clothes. Shouldn't we enjoy them? We are going to learn today, what is clothing meant to be? What is the right way to wear clothing? What is it meant to represent about us Jewish women and women in general? Let clothing make a statement about you, and we will learn what kind of statement do we want it to represent and reflect about us. We often think of righteous people, tzaddikim. We often think of themselves as great righteous people who are associated with the color black. When we think of a Jewish wedding, the men dancing, we think of the righteous people, the great rabbis who are there to congratulate the bride and the groom. They are dressed in black. It's a sea of black and white, maybe white, right? Because it's all black, black robes, black hats, black beards. It's black. And we associate that with righteousness, with holiness. Yet it is so interesting to know that the Kohen Gadol, the high priest's clothing, was made with threads of purple, gold, red, and turquoise. We have come to think of the color black as more sacred and more religious somehow. Yet in the Mishkan, the tabernacle, and in the Beis Hamikdash, the holy temple, these were the holiest places on earth. The servants of Hashem were dressed in vibrant color. Rambam explains that the Kohanim were given very beautiful and holy garments so that the people would honor and revere the Beit HaMikdash. Additionally, our sages teach us that each garment of clothing atoned for a particular sin. This is the reason the section of the priestly garments is placed next to the section of the korbanot, the sacrifices. They come hands in hand, the priestly garments and the sacrifices. How so? So some of the clothing examples are the cloak that was worn. It atoned for lashon hara, evil speech, a loose tongue. It was meant to remind us that the cloak is there to atone for the loose tongue of a person, to watch for our evil speech. The apron was made to atone for idol worshipping, and the headgear was meant to atone for haughtiness. So these are some of the examples of the clothing and some of the examples of what it atoned for. Now, turquoise was the color that reminded one of heaven and Hashem's throne of glory. Purple represented royalty. In our times, yet, clothing is meant to promote sin. It's either too tight, too sparkly, too flashy, too revealing, and that is considered beautiful in our times. Yet it's not true beauty. It does not reflect or develop the inner essence of a woman. We will see how. As women, our clothing is an expression of who we are. It is a peek into our essence. Sometimes certain clothes will highlight our external bodies so vividly that our inner core cannot be found. Those clothes demote us to mere physical objects and not external beings with intellect, skills, emotions, and capabilities. When we dress beautifully yet modestly, we are like the Kohanim, whose garments display the holiness and splendor of Hashem that is within us. Note, I said right now, uh, I said that we are eternal beings. Meaning, what does that mean? We are eternal beings. We don't live forever. We know that we're not here to live forever. We know that we can't live forever as human beings. It is not because we live forever, but we should identify ourselves with our soul. We are a soul with a body, which is temporary. However, in our society, and in many, many years in the past, hundreds and thousands of years, people have associated themselves with their body. In our times, if you're fit, you feel good about yourselves. You're most likely to get that job. You're most likely to get in for that interview because of how you look, right? Versus if you don't look fit, if you don't look healthy, and if you're too overweight, you feel like a loser. You have low self-esteem. So the way we look is often associated with how we think about ourselves. Yet this is wrong because our inner essence is eternal. Who we are on the inside has nothing to do with how we are on the outside. However, the way we dress, the way we look like, does affect how we feel about ourselves and gives us a window of opportunities on how to work on ourselves. The way we look actually prepares us to work on ourselves. If you feel down, it's maybe because you look down. You don't look put together. You feel low about yourselves. So our clothing is meant to atone, remind us to focus on shining our true essence and serve Hashem in a beautiful and regal way. Now, many women are mistaken to think that religious women or the religious way of life um, should be uncolorful, should be modest and unattractive. Yet the clothing we wear as Jewish women is meant to be tasteful. You are meant to look attractive. You are not meant to attract attention. So modesty is an intelligence. It's not whether a woman has it or she doesn't. We always need to work on ourselves. We need to ask ourselves, is this appropriate? Does this define me in a regal way? Do I look royal? Do I look regal? And this really is meant to have us dress in a way that represents who we are. And we are royalty. We are special. We are meant to develop our inner core. And we can only do that if we dress in a way that defines our essence, that represents our essence. Clothing that we wear as Jewish women must be tasteful, must be pleasant. It's not meant to be like a garbage bag over our head. No, it's meant to be tasteful and pleasant because we are representatives of Hashem. Yet, not to attract inappropriate attention to our physical selves. Women by nature love attention, and this is why it's so hard for us to be modest, to be careful with how we dress. It's really hard. We as women, we represent beauty. We love beautiful things. We love doing things in a beautiful way. A woman is naturally personified as being graceful, beautiful, soft spoken, and just, this is a woman. So we are meant to remind ourselves that beauty is not just what we see. Beauty is developed within. You could have a really beautiful woman, but yet if her inner core is not developing or is not on the pathway to development, which once she opens her mouth, you're like, whoa, it doesn't match. She needs to work on herself. But if a woman works on herself on the inside, It's only because she has also represented herself on the outside as being beautiful, as working on herself, as representing a true daughter of Hashem. We women, all women, were designed to perform and do our best in life in a way where we actually work on our inner essence. We can only do that if we understand how we are designed. We are designed to safeguard our physical selves, to dress modestly, to dress uh, modestly, pleasantly, tastefully, and at the same time know that this represents who we really are. Our clothing will help us develop our inner essence. We women are created that way. This is our design. Redesigning the whole script, redesigning um, and kind of, I don't know how to say this, but kind of like thinking how to really redesign the whole thing, how to rewrite the script, how to remake who we are. No, you don't just dress the way you want to, like society dictates to us. No, you dress in a regal, royal way to represent who you are, and you are purity. Your essence is gold. Your essence is pure. Your essence is that of the daughter of Hashem, and she is royalty. So yes, this is definitely difficult because we women naturally we love beautiful things. We naturally love attention, but let that attention come from the right person, from one spouse, and our our essence should shine forth by our regal royal selves, by the way we dress. So also when we feel beautiful and put together, just on a day-to-day, running our day-to-day mundane errands, and most of a life of a woman who either runs a home or runs a family, she is engaged most of her day in doing mundane tasks, whether it's cleaning, cooking, organizing, shopping. It's all mundane. And even if she has household help, she has to manage all of these mundane activities to help her run her home successfully. So it's all mundane. And yet a person can feel, it's mundane. It's not a party. I don't have to dress up. Look put together. Look pleasant. Not because you're going to a party and you don't have to put on your best clothes, but let's look royal. Let's represent the picture and the message that we are dignified people. We represent dignity, and our essence is royal. In this way, we will also feel better about our main mundane tasks. We will feel happy. There will be a bounce in our step. We will feel like what we're doing matters, and it does. But it's hard to do that when we don't look put together. And we have to know the Mishkan, the mini Beit HaMikdash, the Beit HaMikdash that we don't have yet. We don't have our third holy temple yet. But our sages teach us that the many miniature temples are in each Jewish home. These are our miniature holy temples. So how do we take care of our home? How do we look like? We look refined. We look put together. We look beautiful. And when you look beautiful, you are automatically going to feel good about yourself because you are on the pathway of developing your inner essence. So as we said earlier, modesty is an intelligence. Sometimes it's hard for us to make a decision. Is this modest? It's beautiful, but is it modest? Okay, maybe we need some opinions, opinion of a sister or a friend, maybe a daughter. Rebbetzin Devorah Kegel teaches, to have someone to guide you, and of course to ask for Hashem to give you clarity and guidance to make the right decisions, because we don't want to give the world a statement that we are, God forbid, we are cheap looking or we're attracting the wrong kind of attention. It is a difficult balance, but it's definitely a doable balance. We have to know that when we dress beautifully yet modestly, We are like the Kohanim. And may Hashem bless us with dressing in a way that shows how refined we are, helps us develop our inner essence, and guides us in developing who we really are on the inside. I'm going to leave you with a practical tip. Listening to Rabbi Zev Balin's meditations, Rabbi Zev Balin of blessed memory. He passed away recently. He gave beautiful meditations that are found on Project Care. And the one that I love, one of the ones that I love is called The Palace of the King. And in that meditation, he guides you on a meditation where you are with Hashem, you are part of his royal family, and it helps you envision yourself as a royal person. And hopefully you'll be able to see yourself like this more and more on a day-to-day basis. We are appreciating the insights of Parsha in Pink by Rebbetzin Mindy Bodner-Lankry in Parshat Tetzaveh. Leah Abramov, Being and Becoming, awakening awareness of your greatness and potential.